bring us in, Mr. Doug.
Hello, Santa Clarita, and welcome to Santa Clarita's hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. It's that time of week. It's Friday at 1 o'clock. You are listening to Mind Your Own Business with Doug and Ed, and producer Tilo. Hi, Ed.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Tilo.
Hi,
I've
Doug.
got a really high voice now.
So I wasn't here last week. How'd it go without me?
We missed you tremendously.
Flawlessly.
I missed you, but it went flawlessly. One less person to talk over.
That should
You
be
can
the
get more
mantra of
words
your
per
life.
minute in.
So this week is the week of relationships, Doug.
I don't like relationships.
Most
Me
people
neither.
don't.
They cause stress.
They hate that stuff.
You know, if it wasn't for people, my life would be so easy.
Well,
It's a
people
joke.
have to read your publication. Okay, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like being a banker and saying you hate money. I mean, I hate handling cash. It really bothers
No,
me. It's so dirty.
It's dealing with people. You know?
Dealing with people.
All the
See,
drama, the problems, the whining.
Well, just be diplomatic, I guess.
What
I'm
you
the
got,
least
Ed?
diplomatic.
What you got?
We're in the business, both of us, in relationships. Every month, someone's got to decide whether they want to continue a relationship with us. With us, it's like annually, but it's just like someone working for you. We have conversations at work, and just like having a spouse where you're in love when you first meet them, and then 10 years later you're going, why am I here? I ran into a friend of ours the other day at a mixer that I kind of fell into it. Joyce and Lee Schulman are a local psychologists that have been married for 40 years, and they wrote a book called I Do Again, which is a very simple, basic, elegant way of communicating that I was kind of drawn to.
So you're saying is I do again as in
Yeah, it's like
the vows?
renewing your vows.
I got you.
Actually, the book's called I Do Again, The Renewable Relationship. Lee Schulman and Joyce Schulman. And they spoke at one of our lunch mobs, and we filled up Roman Holiday, and everyone in the room was mesmerized by this couple. The combined age of the two of them, I think, is over 160 years. So they've been married for 40 years, and they've renewed their vows every 30 days.
Every
For the
30
last-
days?
For the last 40 years.
I thought you were going to say every 10 years.
No, every 30 days. And it's kind of interesting. If you know that every 30 days you're going to sit down and look at your partner, whether it's business or relationship or employee, and say, how are we doing? What bothered you this month? What didn't bother you? What you liked about the relationship this month? And then let them know the stuff that you don't want to nag them about every day, but you know at the end of the month that I'm going to say, Doug, you don't let me interrupt you as much as I used to, can you do something about that? And at the end of those two people talking for 10 minutes each, you decide it's unsurmountable. You don't want to continue. You can choose not to renew until you figure out whether you can compromise. So if you know you have that power every month, you're not going to nag every day. You know that on the 30th of the month, on Saturday at 11 o'clock, you're going to sit across from your spouse, and everything you did that month is going to be thrown in your face, and everything you did good will be thrown in your face. You may act differently the other 29 days.
Now, how much time do you allocate for this
It's 10
on
minutes.
Saturday at 11?
It's 10 minutes. Uninterrupted. You say all the things you like, and then you mention all the things that you really thought sucked.
All right.
And then if they say, well, I didn't know that you didn't like flowers, I'll never bring you flowers again. It's no big deal. I just had no idea.
Well, here's the problem, Ed. I live with my wife, and I work with my wife.
You need to do this every 15 days.
I irritate her probably 15 times a day. How am I going to get through all this in one session?
Well, that's why I
It
think
gets shorter every month.
I think it's kind of a good idea because, somebody can say you left your fork and dish in the sink today. That I'm so annoyed, But then you're not going to say anything for 30 days, and by 30 days, that one little thing is such a tiny thing in the scheme of life that
You found so much better stuff to hate.
yeah. So maybe the nitpicky things you're waiting till the end of the month. Then at the end of the month, it's not such a big deal, and maybe that can help.
Okay. The name of the show is Mind Your Own Business. Correct?
Right.
So, because I can understand that, I think that's fairly, maybe not easy, but it's more practical in a man and woman relationship. But if you have a business relationship with somebody, it's really hard, I think, to sit down once a month and let those true feelings out, how you feel about a person. Would you agree with that, Ed?
Have you ever been a management meeting? Yes, I agree with that. But have you ever been a management meeting of a new company? You spend 5 hours, list of all the stuff we got to do. And each management meeting you have each month gets shorter and shorter and shorter because the stuff that you really need to take care of gets done forever. And then there's always that thing that's on the list that never goes away, that shows up for 10 years straight at management meeting agendas. But I found that if you go through the stuff and the stuff gets corrected, you're not angry because you now got most of the stuff that bothers you out of the way. And the 2 or 3 things are not that important compared to the 20 that got fixed. And the problem is people stoop.
Well, let me ask you this, Ed, though, in a business relationship with a business partner or coworker or employee, what if it's a matter of personality irritation?
Then they just have to say, okay, I'm really loud and you're really quiet. I would have to be a little quieter and you'd have to be a little bit louder. And if you can't compromise on that, you decide, let's not sit in the same room. Or maybe it won't work out and you need to really move on to somebody who's more compatible. But it's better to do that before you hate each other.
Right.
And you may find out, I didn't know it was that loud. And I didn't know that you were that quiet. And maybe you were quiet because I was always talking and I was interrupting you.
Not you, Ed.
Yes, you Ed.
So what you're saying, the key is you got to communicate.
And listen.
Have you ever had a relationship with somebody where they kept everything inside and then all of a sudden they unload it on you at once?
Never. It's never happened.
That can be frustrating. So I see exactly what you're saying, and I think...
Doug, we got to take a break here real quick and bring some people on. So
all right.
You're listening to the hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS, Mind Your Own Business. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Welcome back, everybody, to AM 1220, Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS.
You're like a cheerleader.
I always knew you were. That was the one thing that was a mystery.
Well,
Doug, the cheerleader.
We just got a few minutes left, Ed. I know that's hard for you to get anything in just a few minutes. So, any parting thoughts?
Parting thoughts. It's summer. Have fun. Buy an ad in the Passport for 25 score. Get in the schools when they come back to school.
What about buying an ad in Santa Clarita Gazette?
That too.
Free classified.
Or the women's magazine.
We're putting together our Santa Clarita Living magazine issue, which is our magazine for the west side of town. So if any businesses are out there are interested in promoting your business to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of eyeballs.
And it's
Give us a
guaranteed
call.
that they're all living.
Yes, they are.
So the people on the west side are living. What does Canyon Countryside do?
That comes out in August.
And is that called...
That's called Canyon Country
Country Living?
Magazine.
And the women's magazine.
And the women's magazine.
Do you think you have enough magazines?
Too many.
Too many?
It's hard to keep up with.
Why don't you just print one big magazine?
Like that one outfit does?
The one in which we don't speak? No. Maybe. Well, what do we bring to the community, Doug? Do we add some value here?
Absolutely.
How do we do it? We educate? We communicate?
Yep.
We engage?
Yeah.
Are you doing your Facebooking?
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, I have somebody that doesn't.
Have you added me as your friend?
Yeah.
You have 2 Facebooks, and the other day it's like, Ed has 120 mutual friends with you, but he's not friends with you. It's like, oh, okay.
We're not
Really?
friends?
On his second Facebook.
Did you ever ask me?
You just turned me in. Well, I just want to tell you that my second Facebook had a nice birthday party on June 15th, and my real birthday is July 15th, so I get to celebrate it twice. I don't know how that happened.
We'll see if anyone notices.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for the gifts for the 15th. But definitely, we're having a passport meeting over at Pure Wellness. Oh, we forgot to say that this weekend is the car show, Old Town New Hall. There should be over 100 cars. What else is going on, Tilo?
Well, speaking of the car show, it is the 4th annual car show. It's in downtown Newhall on Main Street this Sunday from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. There'll be tons of old, nice cars.
Pre-75 cars.
Discounts at all the vendors and boutiques there. Food, shopping. Should be a good time. 50-50 raffle.
The refinery is open. You get to eat. You can check out fresh. You can check out.
And when is this? When is this show?
This Sunday. And in case you want to be on Main Street Thursday for Senses, or Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday there's also a luau, same exact place. It's at the VU. They're gonna have 10 tons of sand, food. It's costume, dress up, tropical.
Wait a minute.
Bikini
Sand?
contest. 10 tons of sand.
Oh, like it's the beach.
Yeah,
They're trying to
a Hawaiian
replicate the
buffet,
beach.
Frankie Avalon
Polynesian food. That's
And this
on
is
Main
during
Street.
the car show.
No, this is
day
Saturday,
before.
the day before.
Oh.
So if you want to go to Main Street every day this week, Census
I
was
see.
awesome on Thursday. Saturday is the luau. The VU is putting it on. You can't miss it. There'll be bands, food, tons of stuff. and Sunday the car show.
So
All
it's
right.
gonna be a fun weekend.
All right, folks, we're coming to the end of our time. Every Friday we're on at 1 o'clock. Mind Your Own Business with Doug and Ed and producer Tilo.
Unless we both go on vacation,
What are we going to do if that happens?
we just play.
Tilo and Peter.
Yeah.
We do that. Tilo weekend.
All right, everybody, so have a good week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
Right there.